Rice is one of the most consumed foods globally that's enjoyed by more than 3.5 billion people worldwide. And the same can be said about bread, which is mostly made from wheat flour. In their natural state, both rice and wheat are important cereals that provide the body with health-promoting nutrients. However, after harvesting, depending on the level of processing, two common products that are obtained are classified as brown or white. But over the years, foods made from white rice and bread made from white wheat have been labeled as unhealthy, and we've been advised to avoid them, limit their consumption, or simply replace them with healthier alternatives like brown rice and whole wheat bread. But why are these foods considered unhealthy? And is there nothing else we can do than abide by those advice? Well, if you want to be able to eat your white rice and white bread once in a while, there's a simple, scientifically proven trick to make them a little healthier. And that's what we'll be sharing in this video, so stick with us to the end. But first, remember to subscribe to our channel, Nutritna. We bring you scientifically accurate tips on how to maintain and regain your health using the foods you eat. You can check out our previous videos to learn about the health benefits of the foods you love to eat, how they affect your health, and the different foods you should try to avoid. We upload new videos weekly, so turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of the new videos we upload. Let's get back. Before sharing the simple tip, let's discuss what white rice and white bread are and why these two foods are regarded as unhealthy in the first place. To put it simply, white rice, white bread, or other white foods that are made from other cereals are generally foods that look white or pale in color due to the removal of the outer layer during processing. A grain of cereal, in its natural and unprocessed state, consists of three main parts, which are the bran, germ, and endosperm. The bran is the outermost layer, which is rich in fiber, vitamins B, antioxidants, and minerals. The germ is the innermost part of the grain, and it contains healthy fats, vitamin E, minerals, and phytochemicals. While the endosperm is the largest part of the grain, and it mainly consists of starch, carbohydrates, and proteins. After processing, white cereals are those that have undergone excessive refining, which strips off the bran and germ. And this results in a loss of fiber, essential vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and phytochemicals. In essence, white cereals such as white rice and white wheat consist mainly of the endosperm, and they lack the nutritional benefits that the natural grain possesses. So when you hear that white rice and white bread are unhealthy, one reason is because of their nutrient deficiency. The absence of fiber makes them less filling, which can lead to overconsumption, a higher intake of calories, blood sugar spike, and associated health problems. Also, numerous studies have linked regular consumption of these white foods to adverse health outcomes such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and certain types of cancer. Now that we know what white foods are and why they are regarded as unhealthy, let's talk about the simple trick to make them a little healthier. This trick involves refrigerating or freezing the white foods after preparation, then thawing them before eating. The idea is based on several research studies, such as one titled "The Impact of Freezing and Toasting on the Glycemic Index of White Bread," and another one titled "Effects of Cooling of Cooked White Rice on Resistant Starch Content and Glycemic Response," and several others. These studies show that freezing or refrigerating white rice and white bread can alter their starch structure in a process known as starch retrogradation. This results in changes that make them healthier in terms of their impact on blood sugar level. In essence, evidence shows that by following this freezing and thawing process, some of the starches in both foods get converted to resistant starches, which do not get digested in the small intestine, so they do not cause blood sugar spike. Instead, when they arrive at the large intestine, relatively intact, the bacteria that reside there ferment the starch and break it down to short-chain fatty acids, which are absorbed into the bloodstream and serve as an energy source for the body. The short-chain fatty acid also serves as energy source for the cells lining the colon, thereby helping to maintain their health and function. As well, they play a role in regulating blood sugar levels, supporting gut health, and modulating inflammation. So, although white rice and white bread lack some essential nutrients and have been associated with negative health outcomes, by following this simple hack, some part of them gets converted into something that benefits the body. And although this method does not increase the overall nutritional content of white rice or white bread, instead, it simply affects their glycemic response and makes them a little better. And that's why I say they become a little healthier. So how do you freeze and thaw these foods? Well, as for rice, the first step is to cook it as you normally do. And when it's fully done, you allow it to cool down to room temperature. Then you place a portion of your choice into an airtight container. Then place it in the freezer and leave it there till it becomes frozen, or keep it refrigerated for about 12 hours at least. Then, when you are ready to consume the food, reheat it directly by placing it in the microwave or reheat it on the stovetop. Then you can go ahead and eat. As for bread, after purchasing white bread, leave it in a packaging nylon and place it in the freezer. But if you bake it yourself, place it in a resealable plastic bag and keep it in the freezer for about 24 hours before you need to eat it. Then, when you are ready to eat, you have the option of allowing it to thaw, then eat it as it is. Or allow it to thaw, then toast it before eating. Evidence shows that toasting it after having frozen it reduces the glycemic index even more than just freezing and eating. And that's it. The simple act is to freeze the food, then thaw them and reheat before eating. But aside the above method, there are other factors that determine whether white rice and white bread will really be bad for your health. And this include how much you eat and what you eat with them. In general, because white rice and white bread are high in carbohydrates and relatively low in important nutrients such as fiber and protein, a simple way to make them healthier every time you want to eat them would be to 1. Control your portion size, 2. Eat rice and bread that have been fortified with essential nutrients that have been lost during processing, 3. Pair them with fiber-rich foods and foods from other food groups with other essential nutrients. For example, you can serve them with a vegetable, legume, and salad by the side. Now, I would like to ask you this. Did you know about this hack before? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, remember to drop us a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting nutrition tips and tricks. And you can start by watching the videos we have for you here.